There is a new development in the case of missing artwork in Germany. Now, several weeks ago, you may remember, a treasure trove of artwork was revealed in one man's dingy apartment in Munich. Priceless pieces from Picasso and Matisse among them. The entire art collection is valued at more than $1 billion. But the story of how it has been kept hidden by the owner is now being uncovered, and the art hoarder says he's now putting up a fight. Deanna Sumanak is here now with more. This was such a remarkable story when it first broke, and word that maybe now people whose families had this precious artwork stolen from the Jews would get it back, but now a whole new twist in the story.
This story is fascinating, Jennifer. I've been following it for a few weeks now, and as you said, this treasure trove of art was uncovered in this very dingy apartment in Munich. We're looking at some of these art pieces, Matisse, Chagall, Picasso. One thing that these artists have in common, beyond being the best-known names in the world of art, is that they were all deemed degenerate artists by the Nazis, so undesirable artwork by the Nazis. As a result, a man named Hildebrand Gurlitt was asked, he was an art dealer, he was asked to confiscate these art pieces, many of them from Jewish families, and to get rid of them. His son, Cornelius Gurlitt, ended up basically inheriting them, hoarding them in his apartment. They were hidden behind cans of food. And this man said when they were uncovered, and that was 2 years ago, so this is the other question, why has the German police been quiet about this for 2 years? We have not heard back from this man, from the son, that is, the man in whose apartment these pieces of art were found. Now he is saying, you can't just give these back. These were my most treasured possessions. He had said that losing his family members, his father, mother, and sister, was less painful than parting with these pieces of art. He said, I have a real emotional connection to them. And even if my father came by them, not exactly by legal means, I didn't do anything wrong, and the statute of limitations has expired on this. They have been my livelihood. They have been my great love. You can't just give them back to people, that is, descendants of the Jewish families from whose possessions these things were stolen.
Kind of shocking, because I think most people would agree that human compassion would step in here. But I suppose he knew where these came from all along and never decided that they should be handed back to their rightful owners. What can police do, if anything, now then?
Well, this is German art experts and lawyers are having a real quandary about this, because there isn't really a precedent for how this is handled. And I've spoken to some of the people who are in societies like the Max Stern Society in Montreal, who are trying to rescue back some of these artworks back to Jewish families to whom they rightfully belong. But it's really dicey waters right now, because there is, this man did not really know how his father came by them, and as far as he's concerned, they're his legal possession. There's a very interesting clip we have from Peter Raue. He's the restitution lawyer in Germany. Here's what he had to say about this interesting case.
I think it could be a good way if the state of Bavarian comes to a conclusion with Mr. Gurlitt to say, you will give away all the works to the state and you are not punished for the things which happened in the past.
So basically, he gets away without punishment. That's the suggestion that Peter Raue, the lawyer, is suggesting, that that this man, this 80-year-old man, Mr. Gurlitt, gets away without punishment, but that he does have to give them up. They are, in fact, in the state's possession, but he wants them back. And what we're seeing today is that he's willing to put up a fight.
And he's saying they're his most treasured possessions, but weren't they hiding behind cans of tuna and old food?
They were, and he said that all I wanted my entire life, he said, I had a very domineering father, as you would imagine one would if your father was a Nazi art dealer.
Right.
He said, I had a very domineering father, and this art has been my great love. You can't take it away from me just like that. But, of course, the world is morally outraged. We know that many of the families from whom these paintings were ripped out of their hands, or they were forced to sell them under duress for a pittance, for, a few dollars. These families, many of them perished in concentration camps. So it's a very tragic story, and I think that one will be following with great interest.
Definitely. Thanks, Deanna.
You're welcome.